All right, everyone. Again, glad to have you all here. We're so excited for the announcements that we're about to make. There's lots of stuff going on. And we've just got school now scheduled. We have our convention ready to sign up, as well as our banquet. So let me give you some details about that in just a few minutes. So we're getting a few more people
Wait a
signing
minute.
on.
Why is it not on my thing?
You want to turn your video on, Sharon?
No.
All right. Hey, Monica, welcome tonight. Hey, while we're waiting for people to jump in, I did want to put up.
Hi, Wendy.
Hey, if you guys are not CPPs, if you're not a certified professional photographer, I'm going to let Martha in here too. And wait just a minute. For those of you that are not CPPs, I'm wanted to let you know that Eric is hosting a free class. Now, I want you to understand, if you go take this class at PPA, it is a very expensive class. It's like $350. And he is offering a free class August 30th, 31st, and September 1st at North Georgia Tech. We just got the final approval from the school. We are absolutely hosting it. And by the end of it, you should know everything you need to know to sit down and pass your test and also your image submission. And I'll just put it out there. I actually took the class. I've taken it twice before, once from Eric and once from our dear friend Al, who has since passed. And it's his book that we learn everything out of. It's the hardest test I've ever took, but I passed it. And then life happened and I never did my image submission. So I have to take the test all over again. So I will be there at that class. Scary part is, it is the hardest test. And you know, the older you get, the harder it is to go back to school and learn new things or learn how the technical aspects. You know how it works in your head sometimes, but you can't put it down on paper. So I'm really excited that we're going to be doing that. I'm really excited that we're offering it for free. It is a huge, huge benefit to our members. It's unbelievable. Eric is the teacher at PPA. So, which also is the first time I ever met Eric. And didn't know at the time that he was a former GPPA president because he wasn't real involved in the association. So we're just lucky that he's doing this for us and providing it for us. So I wanted to start with that. While people are finishing signing in, let me tell you a little bit about convention. So convention is going to be October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And we are doing it virtually, but it's not going to be like another Zoom meeting. We are doing it on this platform that is extremely interactive. You earn points for participating. You actually have breakout rooms so we can have a trade show where we can have our vendors where you can go into a room and you can talk to them during our virtual trade show hours. And it's going to be awesome. Have the schedule. I need to pull it up just to give you an idea of what we're doing. And Tracy, I am not seeing that it came through to me.
Is this going to be virtual and in person or just virtual?
So it's going to be both. And I'm going to change, I'm explain that to you in just 1 second. Grab this. So the way that it's going to work is during the day, we are going to have it online. And then in the evenings, we are going to offer 3 in-person classes. So the one price, which is, correct me if I'm wrong, Tracy, $59. The $59 price is for only online. Where you sit in front of the TV and you watch or your screen and watch it online. So for $99, you can attend any or all of the in-person events that we're doing in the evenings. Well, Wednesday afternoon. So Friday evening, we're going to be doing Painting with Light. That's going to be done at Tracy's studio, and Javon is going to be in charge of that. We'll do some sparklers and some painting with light. I know he's put some stuff on Facebook that he's done, so we're really excited about that. Then Saturday evening, we'll actually be in Augusta at Sally's studio, and Tim Priest, who's coming to town, is going to be doing hands-on class on product photography. Now, he was going to try to jump on tonight, but he's in Chicago at his bonsai show setting up tonight. And he told me to let you all know that if you bring a product that you want to photograph, he's going to try to do as many of them as possible. And he's going to wants us to bring our cameras, and he's going to help everyone be able to have a chance at doing that. So that's that was from him. And then Sunday afternoon, Javon will be shooting a mock wedding at the garden of the Brazelton Event Center. And following that, we will have our in-person award ceremony for our print comp and our end of the year banquet. So we are just so excited that we're going to get together and see everybody, which we haven't done in so long. It's a Mediterranean meal that we're serving, and it'll be just great to see everyone that is in Brazelton. All of that information is up online, so you can sign up for whichever part of convention you want to take part in, either just online or online and in person. And you can also buy the banquet tickets. I have to give it a big shout out, even though he's not on here tonight, to Danny Spears. He was the first one to sign up for the banquet. So he will be there. He's one of our past presidents. And I'm going to pull my chat up, or if you guys want to take yourself off of mute and ask any questions, we're going to ask questions about convention before we jump into what we're doing for PhotoWorks and the dates for PhotoWorks. Does anyone have a question?
I do.
Yes. Oh, hey guys.
So I have your husband here.
I see that.
And so if I'm not mistaken, I thought me and Tim were both doing a live.
Oh, you are? Oh, that's awesome, because I love the stuff you're doing. So, okay, so I'm bringing that in. Brad's doing something live too that night. What he's teaching for his, is it what you're teaching for your class, Brad?
No. So it's I'm doing the live for the thing, multiple exposure stuff.
Mhm.
But then me and Tim were both doing separate live at Augusta studio events. So
Perfect.
Tim's doing more product photography as in specialized, and I'm doing an hour and a half class on e-commerce stuff. So that's how I make most of my living, doing e-commerce. So it'll be kind of down and dirty best practices for getting good e-commerce images.
That's awesome. Awesome. No, I wasn't aware of that. So that's awesome. I've missed the last meeting or two. So been moving my kids in and out of school and our house. So how was your sushi dinner?
It's really good. Your husband, yeah, he liked it. I eat there about 3 times a week. So $18 all you can eat sashimi, nigiri, and specialty rolls. So and that's for dinner, and then they do.
Hello, this is the sushi I got.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Peter wanted to show you what he got for dinner.
I got sushi, a giant platter of sushi.
Awesome.
Awesome.
We definitely had all those things just a little bit ago. So yeah, no, that's I eat so much sushi. I would think at some point I might turn into an Asian person. So yeah.
Oh,
But
perfect.
yeah. So
Our gift fairy is hopped on. Hi, gift fairy.
Hey, I don't know if I'm muted or not. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
That might be a problem.
I think that's one of my favorite pictures of you, though. We can hear you.
Oh,
We can hear you, John.
wasn't that at one of our girls' days?
It was.
Yeah, Georgia did that. That's right.
Yep. So
I'm still finding glass from that day, by the way, just saying. Whoops.
we always have a lot of fun. All right. So any questions? Any other questions for anyone? Comments? All right. Well, while you guys are thinking of those questions, let me jump into PhotoWorks. So get out your calendars and mark the dates, October 30th through November 4th. As usual, we're going to be able to host our class at North Georgia Tech. And we are offering 4 classes. So the first class we're offering is by Dory Howell, and she will be teaching Photography Business Bootcamp, talking about building a product-based studio, how to market in social media, and creating an entrepreneurial's mindset for success. So she's going to be teaching on that. She teaches, she's a featured speaker at IUSA, and she's teaching from Virginia to Georgia this class. So she's very excited about that. We have Angela Lawson from Michigan. This is actually a good friend of Tracy's. She's a pet photographer, and she's going to be teaching on creating a successful pet portrait session from start to finish. So we'll have her in town. Chris Paulus will be teaching restoring monochromatic photographs using Photoshop. And go look at the description of that. It sounds just amazing. It's talking about restoring old photographs and how that can bring in extra money to your studio if you learn how to do that. And then we have Chris Woolley from Washington, who will be talking about the eclectic creativity, headshot pinups, and composites. So we have all that information going out. Tuition is going to be $625. If you are a PPA member, these classes will earn you 2 PPA merits. And we will be sending out all that information in the next couple days. If you are interested, please sign up. One of the things we run into is people wait to the last minute to sign up, and then we lose speakers. So if you are interested in the class, go ahead and put that deposit down so we can get a head count and know if we can hold those classes or not. We do have a minimum in each class.
If you, does everybody take all the classes?
No.
I'm sorry, I'm walking around. I didn't realize somebody was.
No problem. So the way that it works is you actually spend a week under one instructor. So you
Okay.
what you want to do. And I will tell you, it's mind blowing. By the end of the week, you think if anyone tells me one more thing, I'm just going to explode. You learn so much. And even like I once took a wedding class, even though I'm not a wedding photographer, because there's something you can learn from just about anybody. They're asking for the dates again. It is October 30th through November 4th. It'll be up at North Georgia Tech in Clarksville, Georgia. Typically, we all stay at the Hellendorf. I know that is just at the end of Oktoberfest. I don't know what the room prices are going to be. I'm sure that information will be up on the website as well. Tracy, do you have any more information than that?
Eric's looking at a few different hotels because of Oktoberfest, so he doesn't have a host hotel just yet.
Okay, so again, follow that information. It'll be up shortly. We've been waiting to see things out with COVID and all of that to make sure we could offer something in person, and we're excited that we are able to move forward and do that.
Hey, if I can chime in, it sounded like we had somebody new on here. So it's not only, who you hang out with that week and you take the class from, but it's normally not a huge group. So you can hang out with your instructors after the classes. You can hang out with other people after the classes, and you learn a lot then too. So it's not just that week that that would be enough, but then you get to do a little more. You get to hang out with other people and learn different things. So don't feel like you're just getting into one thing. Your mind is going to be blown if you've never been.
It's a social experience. You get to know everybody that goes. You become a pretty tight group by the end of the week, just because you're sharing and hanging out and having dinner together a lot of times. And, people, if we're not eating together, we go to the restaurants locally. We eat lunch at the school every day. So that way you can talk to people about their businesses. You can get points from people that have been in business longer than you, or suggestions. It's a great learning experience, a great bonding experience. We can see Brad and Jason talking, but they're muted.
Yeah, so I was just, who's teaching the North Georgia Tech students?
I don't know. You're going to have to ask Eric about that.
Okay. And so I did want to just say one thing, that, PhotoWorks is absolutely amazing, and it could change your life. I mean, the people that you meet and the connections that you make during that event could wind up you traveling cross country with Joel Grimes for 100 days. It's really an event, I think, that for me has probably done more for my photography career than any other Imaging USA, any other thing elsewise, just because of how small it is, and being able to actually have one-on-one time with the people that are there. So That's when I was there, Joel sat down and went over my portfolio for a whole hour with me after class one day. So, I mean, it's really amazing that, you have those caliber of people coming that are going to be able to potentially spend time with you individually.
So it's October 1st to the 3rd?
Is convention.
Okay.
Mhm. Like I said, let's go back over that for those of you that weren't on right at the beginning. So our convention, we're doing some in person and some virtual this year. So we'll start Friday, October 1st. We're using a platform that's very different from Zoom. It is very interactive. You earn points for putting things up on it, for anything that you do. And the gift fairy will have plenty of gifts for all of that. It has a virtual trade show. So you actually go into a separate room and you can speak to the vendors and ask questions, and they're each in their own room. So you're just with that vendor in that room. And then we're also doing in-person events. So Friday night we'll be at Tracy's studio in Auburn, Georgia, doing light painting.
We also have the marketplace on that Friday too.
Oh, I forgot. Also, if you missed the marketplace that we had a couple weeks ago, we will have a marketplace, kind of like the trunk show that we've done in conventions past. You can buy a space and come sell your stuff. And so it'll be a very interactive evening where we can do the light painting, we can sell stuff, we can do all of that. And then
Also, Wendy, real quick, Barry Smith is on, and he is our camera repair expert, and he will be at the bazaar that day too, repairing cameras.
awesome. And cleaning, you're repairing and cleaning?
I think Barry's muted.
Let me find him.
There he is.
There he is. Barry, you don't have your sound turned on. Either that, or- hey, Michael.
Hi.
So Barry, if you cannot turn the sound on, then go ahead and type in what you'll be offering that day. What, did you have a question, Michael?
Now, I guess you can't hear anybody.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll figure that out and let you guys know. So then Saturday, we'll have our online classes, and then Saturday evening we'll be in Augusta at Sally's studio, and Brad and Tim will both be doing 2 different classes, and you can choose which one you want to do. And that should be an awesome time. Brad, you want to give your little description again so everybody has it? Tim will be doing product photography. He said, bring a product, we'll figure out how to photograph it. And Brad, you wanna teach us?
Yeah, and so mine, they're going to be at separate times. So if you're there at somebody's studio, you're going to be able to attend both of them. Mine's going to be e-commerce, so like stuff that you would see on Amazon. Tim's doing more like boutique type, I would say, would be my description of what is more customized to the individual things. And I'm doing more like what I do for EasyGo, Articat, and all that stuff. E-commerce being that it's going to be on a white background and it's going to be shot to go up on Amazon to meet like Amazon standards. So for people that are in the Augusta area or Atlanta area with the Amazon studios, you could come and see kind of like how those type of things need to be shot. And and I think it's so many people are getting into selling stuff online. I've made a lot of good money on photographing e-com images. So
That's awesome. Perfect. Well, I guess you get 2 for the price of 1 that night. And then Sunday morning, we will get back on our platform, have the rest of our online webinar and classes. And then at 3 o'clock, we will be in Braselton, Georgia at the Braselton Event Center, where we will be able to watch Javon photograph a mock wedding. I don't know how many of you know, but Javon is a published author on photographing on location weddings. So he's going to do that for us that day. And there's a beautiful garden out back of the event center. So we're excited about that. And then following that, we have our award ceremony and banquet. It is that evening. We'll start President's reception at 5. Dinner will be at 6. We'll have the awards for print comp following that. The great news is because we did print comp separate this year from convention, you'll actually, if you want an award, you'll leave that night with it already engraved and ready to go. So, like I said,
Wendy?
Yep.
Dinner is at 7, so it starts from 6 to 10, sorry,
10. Okay.
because Javon's class ends at 5.
Perfect. So 6 to 10. There's a beautiful dinner. Tracy's been hard at work finishing up all the details on the catering. It's going to be a Mediterranean style dinner. And that is about everything we had to share tonight. I think we do also have some other upcoming events. Does anybody else have any questions, comments? Anything you'd like us to be doing that we're not doing, classes we might offer? We're always looking for suggestions and help on that.
So I have a class that I'm teaching coming up for the PPA, which is going to be getting the most out of your mirrorless camera. And I don't know if that's something that you guys would be interested in, maybe me teaching after I do the PPA one, because obviously the PPA one's $100 for each day to attend, and it's a 2-day course I'm doing. But I could do a very stripped down getting the most out of your mirrorless camera class if people would be interested in that.
Well, since I just bought my mirrorless camera, I guess I need to take it.
Yeah, it'll be cover all cameras, but obviously since I was a Canon product educator, it'll lean a little bit more towards the Canon mirrorless as far as, showing things that that it can do and how to set it up. The Sony ones, I can show you why mirrorless cameras are great, but I really couldn't go into the menu system of a Sony, and from what I hear, a lot of people can't. So it's all good. That's why I love Canon.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate that. I will have Stuart reach out to you and see about getting that on our schedule. Anybody else have a comment, question? Is there any way to do the CPP class remotely? Right now, we're just doing it in person. We actually, we're looking at whether or not we should offer it remotely or in person. And Eric was very adamant about the fact that he wanted to do some hands-on stuff with everyone. And so, and we talked to the college, and they are letting us come to campus and letting us do it on campus. So we have decided to do that. I will talk to him again just to make sure that that's the only way we can offer it, Monica, and just see. Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I would love to do a class on legal stuff and taxes. I've always thought that that was something that we miss sometimes. And part of the reason why we don't do it, quite honestly, is because everyone says, oh yeah, we should offer a class on legal and taxes. And then we offer it and no one comes. It's like people lose interest. So I'm writing all these ideas down though to share. We actually have a board meeting this Sunday. So those are great things for me to bring up. Anything else out there that you guys can share would be great. What will be offered at the marketplace on Friday, October 1st? So, oh, I said that to Bernie. I have not heard back from him. Ken, I'm going to reach out to you or have Stuart get back to you too about legal stuff and real estate stuff. So that would be good. So possibly more on Still Life. We're always looking at stuff. So someone asked me, put a deposit down for PhotoWorks and get sick can be refunded. So how that works is, and we haven't had a PhotoWorks since COVID. Typically in the past, when we've had PhotoWorks, if something happens, if there's a death in the family, a family emergency, someone gets sick, the board votes on whether or not to issue that refund. That's kind of what's in our bylaws that we've always gone by. I cannot think of a time that we have not issued a refund. And I'm sure with COVID and everything that's going on, that would be an easy thing for me to say. I don't think that would be an issue for us to be able to issue refunds, especially if you ended up with a positive COVID test, obviously. So that's something that I want to make sure that you guys are okay with.
Really quick about PhotoWorks. We are also having PhotoWorks in March. And some of these same speakers who we have lined up right now for November may carry over into March if we don't have enough people sign up for their classes right now.
Right. Tim says he's sorry he's missing the call. He's at dinner in Chicago. And Javon also sent his regrets to say he wasn't able to come on tonight. He actually is in bed sick, so that's March 2. Awesome, great, yes. Yes, the only time we have not issued a refund is when someone just didn't show up and never gave a reason or anything. Cost of PhotoWorks. So PhotoWorks this year is going to be $625. Like I mentioned before, if you are a PPA member, then you earn 2 PPA merits along with taking the class. So those of you that have been around a while, there's a bunch of you on here. If you could share something about some takeaway you had from going to PhotoWorks in years past, or some takeaway from going to convention that helped you and maybe made a turn in your business, it would be great to just get some of those experiences out there for some of the newer members. And if you'd like to share, you can just take yourself off mute. I know, Brad, you had a great story. Thank you for sharing that.
I'll just say that PhotoWorks is just so fun. It's like camp for adults. And there's, I want to say, y'all know I don't drink very much. And let's just say that we found out at one PhotoWorks that I couldn't hold more than 2 glasses of wine. So anyway, it's lots of fun. I think what happened is that, like, you get to be around all sorts of photographers of not necessarily GPPA members too. PhotoWorks attracts people that are outside of GPPA, and you make friends that from other states that become kind of lifelong friends because it's such an intimate group. And it's fun to bunk with someone and share a room and have a roommate. It really is like camp. It's awesome.
It is a lot of fun. So I don't know how many of you guys are reading your notes, but Kevin put up there that you learn as much between classes as you do in classes if you get involved in conversations that are going on at the after class functions, which I know we mentioned a little bit earlier. It really is an experience, and there's so much wealth of knowledge that's there. One of our speakers for convention is Tony Corbell, and I actually have been blessed enough to be in Tony's class twice at school. So that's been awesome. And we've just had incredible speakers over the years, names that you all would recognize from PPA. And it's an amazing experience. Very different than like going to a PPA convention where it's so big, you still meet people and you get stories, but this is much more intimate, which is really nice. Anything else tonight?
I was gonna say one thing that was like a bonus and a negative all at the same time is we met Tim. And he's not here, so I can pick on him. and you know, he can't yell at me, but yeah, no, it's all about the people you meet and the connections.
It's being recorded, Brad.
Oh, it's being recorded. I'll just call him and tell him that you know, that's, well, no, the best part is hiding moon pies in Tim's room when he's in attendance. That's the best part, you know. That's so.
Brad, I am sending a case of moon pies to your house.
Oh, for Tim? Okay.
Explain that.
Kevin said the same about Brad. Nice, Kevin. You know that you're not on mute there, buddy. We keep hearing you, you know, making noises. We just want to make sure you're okay. So,
Hey, you guys got to explain the inside joke about the moon pies, guys.
so
Marcia, for a second, take over because my dog is sitting at the top of the stairs barking.
Okay.
so do you
I
want?
don't
you
know
want-
how it got started, but we've teased him for years about,
You know, I know how it got started. So
oh, how did it get started?
so Tim, he came and we put together a little gift basket for all the instructors that year. And one of the things that was in there was a moon pie. And so Tim never had one, and he took it out and he started to eat it. And he thought it was the worst thing that he had ever had. And he spit it out. And it was just like, why would you people eat this? And ever since then, it's been moon pie. I've hidden moon pies in his shower, moon pies in his bed. Somebody, it wasn't me, so I got blamed for this. I was just up in Michigan hanging out with him, and after I left, he found a moon pie in one of his cooking pots, and it wasn't me, so I don't even know how that got there. But that's hilarious that people in Michigan now are putting moon pies in his stuff. So yeah, it's the moon pie thing. It was pretty funny. Yeah, that's
I want to say there are some practical jokes that happen at the at PhotoWorks that it's really fun too.
I think
we used to egg Steven's car with candy and eggs, didn't we, for a couple years?
I think the sexual harassment contract that we gave to Tim one year, that was pretty good. We gave him a binder that was that thick and told him that he needed to go through and sign each page. But yeah, no, that was really just picking on Tim is the
Fun in general.
yeah, it's fun, you know, the best part. And Steven, you know, hopefully,
We picked on Steven a bit.
We used to pick on the Munoz brothers too. We used to text them and pick on them when they were up talking. So
I tell you, it's just like camp.
yeah.
Yeah,
one time in
it's
Georgia
fun.
photo
It's a
camp,
vacation. Some people bring their spouses too. So if you want to bring your spouse, if they're not necessarily a photographer, they can hang at the hotel and
or you
take
can
a
or you
social
can meet your
event.
future spouse.
No, that
That is true. That one we can't deny. I think the first time we did meet was at Georgia School. So
I got to participate. I guess it was the year before COVID. I was a student at NGTC, and I had Tim Priest as our teacher that week. He was really good. And he was my first introduction to GPPA and PhotoWorks. So yeah, I had a good foot in the water.
that's awesome. I actually talked to Melissa today up there. So she said school's off to a crazy start. Anybody else want to share a story, ask a question? Tracy, do you have anything else? Marche?
I guess just about exposed. Everything is on the website. We have 7 incredible speakers, in-person events, the banquet now. So hopefully everybody can get in there and register. If you are going to register for the banquet, we need to have you register by September 15th.
That's for our food count.
I will say that next week we have, we'll be meeting on Tuesday to chat. And then on Thursday, Andrea, what's her last name? Andrea's presenting. Taylor is our marketing guru who is going to be presenting on having marketing communications, and she's a marketing expert, so that'll be a really good one to attend. That's a virtual one. We do have another in-person event coming up, which is called Creative Set Design, which is at Linda Carroll's studio in Canada. And that should be really fun. That's on the 29th, I believe, on a Sunday. So not this Sunday, but next Sunday. And then, of course, we've got the CPP. We've got a ton of stuff going on, guys. Here we go, headed into the busy season. We're going to have a strong showing for the end of the year here. So it should be awesome.
Ah.
I was gonna say, Mark, the registration is under the first page of exposed and events.
Well, I was looking at the drop down under exposed and I couldn't find it, but if you click exposed, it'll come up. So I got it.
All right, and we've had a lot of these speakers that have been online with us and just sharing what they're going to share on. So Horace has shared with us. Mitch, we have not had on yet, or Bob. And then, of course, Brad and Tim have both shared about their classes. Tony has shared about his. Brian has shared about his. We didn't mention, we do always have our annual membership meeting during our convention. And that's really important just so we can share with everyone where we're at, both from a financial basis and all of that. And so we will be having that annual membership meeting on Sunday as well during the convention. And it's usually about an hour. It also will let you know who the new board members will be the following year. And so that's something that we really encourage all of our members to attend and make sure that you know what's going on with the board and with our organization.
I would presume that you're going to do a Zoom option for people that are not in attendance for the banquet.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you do register for convention, it is very important that you show up for the membership meeting because they need you there to make quorum and be able to actually have some business.
You need to check the bylaws as they're currently written because the quorum has to do with being there in person. So if people are attending the convention by Zoom, you may have to have a separate option for the membership meeting, because I don't believe there's any allowance in the bylaws currently for pandemic, earthquake, fire, other natural disasters for there not to be a meeting held and a quorum met to be able to do business.
We did have it online last year, but I don't remember what the bylaws said.
Yeah, that needs to be reviewed.
Okay.
Sorry to bring business into it, but that's real important down the road if something happens.
Good thing we have a board meeting this weekend. Pass it on to Michael, have him look at it.
Don't tell everybody that I made the homework.
Too bad it's being recorded.
Yeah, I was going to say, do I need to delete that Facebook post?
I'm used to being in the printing industry. I use non-repro blue in my voice, so it won't record.
And since these have been recorded, if there is a way for me to get each of the speakers, I can put that onto their webpage so that anybody who wants to hear about the class can go back and listen.
That is a Marche question.
I can talk to Marche later.
I'm sorry, is that something that has to be public? Yeah, just ask me again. Sorry, Tracy.
Yeah, well, all of Wendy's class, all of these Zoom meetings were public. So I can just tag those into the website.
Yes. Absolutely.
All right. Anybody else have questions, comments about any upcoming meetings and the general membership meeting, PhotoWorks, or Exposed?
I just want to say hi to Jim Haley. He hasn't been around in a while. Jim, you're muted. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, Jim.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, so we need to change the banquet, and instead of calling it the banquet, I think we should call it overexposed.
That was cute.
Mark's shaking his head.
I'm very
Yeah.
punny. I'm here all day.
Well, because we're doing it online, it's virtually exposed. So, all right. Jim saying hey to everyone. All right. Well, if we have no other comments, questions, or anything else, we'll sign off a little early tonight and let you guys get back to your families and your activities this evening. Brad, take good care of my husband.
We're just gonna go out and do a little bit of partying, nothing too serious, so.
That'd be pretty bad for him since he has to be at that school to photograph first thing in the morning.
He's a trooper. You can
Yeah.
sail- Hey, if you can sail at night,
Kevin
you
said
can
the-
sail at day.
Kevin said the discotheque is still open.
Yeah,
That's right.
No.
Hey, the discotheque is the place to be. Plenty of dancing going on there, it's great.
So is that where we're having the after party on the 2nd after your class?
100%.
Tim has already asked for karaoke on that night, so.
Yeah, there's karaoke there.
Yeah, then we just all need to crash at your house because I don't think we'll make it home.
We still have to teach the next morning, so yes, we do. We're on there for his bachelor party. Oh my goodness.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Go online and make sure you get signed up for Exposed and PhotoWorks if you're interested. And we will see you in a couple weeks, unless I see you at the CPP class. Thanks for joining us. Bye, Ken. Good to see you.
Bye, Ken.
Hey, y'all.
Bye.
Bye, babe. Bye, Mark.
Y'all have a good night.
You too. Good night, Barry. Good night, Jim.